Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Redneck Racing. Today's video, we are going to be actually doing some work on the Skylark. Mainly just some disassembly, so I'm going to jump onto the interior here and show you guys what we're going to be doing today. Alright, so you guys have seen the interior of the car a little bit before, but this is basically what we're working with right now. Me and Peter already got the seat pulled out, and we got the front half of the carpeting out because it was basically destroyed. To start things off with real quick here, we're just going to kind of vacuum up the floor, try and clean up the rear carpeting a little bit, probably leave as much of that in as possible, and then we're going to start cutting the old cage out. I got a new cage. I just painted it earlier this morning actually. It's back at my place drying in the shed. So to start things off with cutting this cage out, we're basically just going to whack everything off of the base. We're going to try and save some of these bars to use for doing some other stuff, maybe some extra bracing underneath the car. I'm curious to learn what the wall thickness on these pipes are. They could be super thin depending on how safe they wanted to go. I reckon they're pretty thick though, based on back in the day when they did stuff, they just oversized everything. These have got to be, do we ever measure the diameter on these?
Those are probably 2-inch pipes.
That's what I'm thinking. You only need to have 1 5/8", which the new cage that I got is. The other thing that we're going to be doing that we might get to yet today, before we put the cage in, is this piece of metal right here. I don't know if you want to zoom up on, show them how this is kind of arranged in here. So what they got going on in here is there's just a big crossbar that runs, an aftermarket crossbar that they got in the car, and they have the main hoop welded to it. They got these welded to it. The ladder bars are welded to it right underneath here, and it's just C-channel in there like this, and it's all open on this side. So I got another ladder bar cross member to put in here. We're gonna have to try and fabricate that in here. Shouldn't be too bad. It's the same size as this. It was designed to go there, so it should be pretty easy. I can show you that real quick actually. So this is what I was talking about that we're planning on putting in there. It'll, you know, just sit in the car kind of like how that one was. And then on the bottom of that one, I can put a picture of it from some other place, but it had this weird stupid cutout thing right here for the drive shaft to go through. This one's already pre-bent for it. It's like a 3 or 3.5-inch drop ladder bar cross member is what it's called. So if anybody out there is looking for this piece of metal, that's what it is. Alright, so we got the floor, or the carpeting out. Peter tore that out. Looks like we got a couple sheets of steel and everything is just kind of riveted in. So we're just going to drill out these rivets and then start cutting the cage out. Alright guys, so standing here behind me we have a fully cageless Skylark now. So as you can see, we completely got the roll cage ripped out of this thing. And honestly, it's not too bad at all. One thing we do have left to take out is this cross member right here. So that's the next task, is to get that out of there. But yeah, other than that, we got everything chopped out of here. Left these plates with the whole inner door skin, or the inner skin here, chopped out. It looks like they welded these plates to the roll cage, so to like hold the striker for the door to latch onto. Otherwise this would be pretty flimsy. We'll have to make sure, like when we weld the new one in, that like the doors are closed, or like have the doors closed when we do it, or tack it first or something. That'll take some finessing now that I think of it. So, but we'll definitely re-weld the roll cage to that to hold that together. But yeah, you can kind of see now how the frame of this car works. That's the drive shaft in the middle. It's just kind of laying in there. And then these are the 2 ladder bars on each side. We'll unbolt the ladder bars first, kind of let the rear end hang down, put the jack stands under the frame somewhere, probably underneath in there somewhere, out of the way of the leaf springs. And then once everything is unhooked from this, we'll chop that out. Oh, hang on with that, Peter. So, remember when I said we were going to look and see what the thickness on these bars was? It is not anything at all. That's far thinner than I thought it would be.
That's probably not, I don't think that's even close to spec.
Unless this is chromoly, which I don't think it is. Next step, get stuff unhooked from that and get that out of there. Alright, so the last time you guys saw anything, we were still cutting stuff out. We made a little bit of progress. We were kind of just going to town, so we got a little bit of stuff done since the last time we recorded anything, but we have the main hoop in the car now. So, basically, the hard part is done, which was getting this ladder bar cross member in here. That was a major pain to get it kind of centered in there and everything, so that's all done up now, and we pretty much just gotta try and get trunk bars in. Hopefully they'll fit through the same holes. Lengthwise, those bars that we got are the same length as the bars we cut out, so I'm hoping we'll get lucky and everything will be good. And then we'll work on getting the halo in and the A-pillar bars right here, and then the door bars go in last. So we also got the seat mount all done, and we've had the seat in a couple of times. We'll show you guys that when we get more of the cage in. We're probably just gonna keep welding on some stuff now, so you guys probably won't see it again until it's most of the way done. We also got the frame fixed in here. I don't know if you guys remember, we had said that this was all rotted out on the bottom, so we cut both of those plates out and welded new plates in. They're marginally less sketchy than what was in there. Well, as you can see, we got the trunk bars in. As you can also see, we chopped out the majority of the floor. Or, well, we didn't chop it out. We just drilled the rivets out. It's right there. That's the chunk of floor. The fuel tank is right there. We're not reusing any of that, so that's just going to be gone. We got the trunk bars in. Well, Peter's going to weld the rest of the top of that one up. And I must say, he did a very good job. We got one of these angle finders that they work pretty slick for getting stuff exactly set how you want it. So as you can see, we got roughly about 24 degrees, 23.95. And over here, we got 23.8. We did this bar first, and then we just put that one in, dialed this on there, got it where we wanted it, tacked it in. One thing that we did have to do back here is we had to bash in the wheel tub just a little bit, because that bar was laying on top of the wheel tub and we couldn't get it to sit down at the same angle as that one. Because if you can't really tell from this angle, you can see that wheel tub is kind of caved in a little bit. This one wasn't, so we had to cave this one in. The next thing that's got to go in is going to be the halo right there, and these two bars, the A-pillar bars. Alright guys, we got the cage done for the most part. The essential bars are complete. We got door bars in, the halo's in, the A-pillar bars are in, and obviously you guys saw the trunk bars are in. The only bars I have left are a dash bar, which we'll probably put in once we remove that dash. Anyways, the dilemma I'm having right now, or the decisions, I guess I should say, that I have right now, is where to put these like tranny tunnel brace bars. Obviously, you know, one option is to just run them right to that cross member right there and right there to support the ladder bars. However, I'm not necessarily sure that needs it, because the ladder bar brackets are getting welded to that big cross member, and I think that has enough support as it is. So I'm starting to think maybe weld them back there. That's where they whacked the frame off and then scooched it in, and then we kind of cut those plates out and re-welded them in, and I don't know. That's part of the frame that's now welded together. It may not be as strong as it should be, so I'm thinking adding a little extra strength there might not hurt. Plus, down the road, if I ever put a 4-link in this, the 4-link brackets would mount on the other side. So if you're looking over there on this frame rail, the 4-link bracket would mount right here, which is right on the other side of the frame rail from where that bar would be. The other idea would be put these plates right here, one on each side, and take those bars and run them from, you know, here down to there. I got a picture of how I kind of set it up. I'll throw that in here real quick. So that would kind of be the plan of how that would look. In the trunk, I put some rivets back in. I got a rivet gun right there and a whole butt ton of rivets. So I kind of riveted some of this back down here and over there. And I got this sheet of metal cut out to fit around the bars that we put in. So I'm not riveting it in yet because I'm not exactly sure what the fuel cell situation is going to be. We may end up not putting this piece of metal in at all and just kind of like how Peter's car is, use the fuel cell as the bottom of the trunk. Okay guys, behind me here you can sort of see a fully roll cage Skylark. So we finally got the entire roll cage done in Skylark. The whole floor is patched back in, ladder bars are reconnected. I even got a little bit of the carpeting back in, got that to kind of fit, sort of. So I'm going to spin the camera around here, show you guys the finished product, show you guys how we got the floor back into it, and the kind of just the patches we made. You guys will see it. Alright, so this is the finished product. We got the door bars in. The door bars are welded to the A-pillar bars, which are welded to the frame. We got a dash bar in. I kind of just set the stock dash back in it a little bit. We'll have to... I'll make some other kind of dash in here. I don't know if I'll use this same sheet of aluminum. It's kind of the right size, but I'll have to just drill it into the... It was originally mounted into the dash. Right here is where the dash was originally mounted in. Now it's going to have to sit on top of the dash bar. But I got the dash bar tucked pretty close to the original dash, so that hopefully is okay. You can see here how we got the rest of the cage done. We got the tabs welded back close to the door strikers so you can slam the doors again without caving the side of the car in. And then today what we just finished up with was patching in the rest of the floor. So we just got a couple pieces of sheet steel and just kind of folded them over here. You can tell the floor is a lot more sturdy. It still sags a little bit, but it's probably good enough. I might tack weld some of these pieces of metal to the support bars here, but yeah, we kind of got a full-blown hodgepodge job. You can see there's just a couple patches we layered to get the contours instead of properly bending the metal. We're just gonna leave it like that and do this, and now it's perfect. And then you just kind of do this right here, and then you can't see any more of that, and you don't have to worry about it. And then last but not least, you come over here and just kind of do this a little bit. And you end up with perfect flooring. You don't have to worry about the little holes or anything like that. The tech inspection guy can't see any of it, and he's probably not going to go and try and dig up all your flooring in there. So, yeah, that's how you fix a bunch of holes in the floor really quickly. But in all seriousness, guys, we got the cage fully installed in the car, which means the interior of the car is pretty much done. The cage should be certified to an 850 quarter mile, which I don't really ever plan on running in this car. It might happen someday, but basically the cage is plenty good for whatever we want to be doing with this car in my current plans. And yeah, we don't really have a whole lot more to do on the inside of the car. Now it's time to start working on getting the motor done, some stuff on the outside of the car, doing some wiring, which I guess could be considered interior. We'll have to install a switch panel and redo some of the gauges. But yeah, a lot of the stuff now is going to be getting the motor ready to go, rebuilding the transmission and putting in a fuel system, and then getting the terminator installed and all that wired up. So definitely make sure to stay tuned. We're going to be doing a lot of other stuff. All the stuff I just listed off will be getting done in this car. So make sure to keep watching our channel, and I'll see you guys next time.